Hi, hello, I'm Ellie Wishes, welcome to my channel, and today on this edition of Drawing Webkinz as People, we've got the puppy edition. Now, do you ever think to yourself, man, that little virtual dog in a wig, I need to draw that as a person. But yeah, I saw a Webkinz dog in a wig and I said, I need to draw that. So today, the first puppy that we are drawing as a human is Olive the Peace Puppy, which I thrifted in one of my first Webkinz vlogs. And I knew right off the bat I wanted to include the wig that the in-game dog was wearing, the peace sign motif in her t-shirt. I knew that specifically, and I wanted to maybe include the sandals and sunglasses in it. I also drew inspiration from both India and the Philippines for two of the specific garments in this. I think it's pretty obvious that Olive's skirt is inspired by saris. I love the pleating that saris have, and I just loved drawing it in Olive's skirt. And then her shawl is specifically inspired by the alambe. I'm not saying that right, and I apologize for my pronunciation, but I thought they were so pretty, and I thought a scarf or a shawl that was kind of translucent and lace-like would look really good in this design. And I ended up kind of giving it the same tie-dye motif that's on the blue part of her sari skirt or wrap. I feel like I've never drawn a shawl on a character, so I had a hard time getting it square-like, as you like see the alambe, sorry, again, my pronunciation, I am so sorry, is a square piece of fabric that is folded into a triangle. I don't think I translated that very well, and I think it's because my lack of like experience drawing shawls. So next time I will do better. I promise I will learn how to draw shawls. That's my goal. I ended up adding the tie-dye motif that you see in the shirt that the avatar is wearing onto the shawl and onto the skirt, which I think is so cute. And again, I love the peace sign motif from the plush that's on the shirt. I also added the little sparkles that's on the plush's ears, feet, and tail. I added that onto her shoes, her earrings, and her glasses. As for like her personality, I think she's like the cool older cousin that like you always are excited to talk to when you get together for like Christmas and Easter, you know? And she's definitely a DIY like tie-dye artsy girl. I think she'd be so cool to hang out with. That's Olive the Peace Puppy, and let's get to those beautiful, beautiful detail shots. Yeah, you saw that right. I thrifted the Webkinz pumpkin puppy. That's pretty cool because I'm just such a sustainable girly and I just have all of the Webkinz thrifting luck. So yeah, just like the Peace Puppy, I thrifted the Webkinz pumpkin puppy. And if you don't know, if you're not into the Webkinz economy, the Webkinz pumpkin puppy kind of goes for a lot of money for a plushy dog. The Webkinz pumpkin puppy is the Webkin I found that looks closest to my family's dog, Lizzie. Lizzie is a maniac and a menace, and I love her so dearly. So it only made sense when I was drawing this. I knew that the vibe of this character just had to have some like feral little kid energy, because that's kind of the energy Lizzie has. Lizzie will try and eat your toes. She will also lock you out of the house accidentally or on purpose. We don't know yet. And I just knew the Halloween outfit that the pumpkin puppy was wearing just had the optimal, like, feral little child who dressed themselves for the first time energy, like, possibility. Now, the outfit itself is the pumpkin princess Halloween outfit, and I carried over the stripy shirt, and the skirt is pretty much the same, with the ruffles on the bottom being green and the yellow and the pumpkins, and then I have a smaller little leaf belt instead of like a bunch of leaves like the avatar has. I also added not only Crocs but 2 different pairs of socks layered on top of each other, because I think that's something I would have done as a feral child, and Lizzie loves taking your socks. She doesn't eat them, she just takes them to a different room and leaves them there. You have to chase her around the house to get your socks back away from her. Also, another really fun detail is she has a band-aid over her nose to mimic the little white streak of fur that Lizzie has, because when we were crate training her the first night, she had some separation anxiety because she was a rescue, and she kept on trying to open the door, and she was not successful. What she was successful in was because she was rubbing her nose up against the kennel like bars so much, she did wear away some of her fur, and we were really confused when we saw her. Like, it wasn't noticeable at first because just like a little dent in the fur, and then all of a sudden it grew back bright white, and we were like, how did you manage this? What did you do? And then it finally clicked, like, oh, she's trying to like open up the cage, because she's very smart. But let's go to those detail shots. So, thirdly and finally, we will be drawing Sadie the Jelly Bean Puppy. Now, unlike the 2 previous drawings of Olive and of Lizzie, I didn't have any idea of what Sadie was going to be wearing. Because this avatar, I could not find any clothes that matched this Webkinz vibe. And so at first I started with a sweetheart neckline, and then a really poofy skirt, then an A-line pleated skirt, and I was like, I've literally only drawn one Webkinz as a human in pants, so let's go shorts. Enough skirts, Ellie. Time for pants. And you can probably tell I was just struggling a lot without that planning of the sketch, and it was just a little difficult, and I was having a rough time. None of the proportions looked right. I had to resize things so many times. I still feel like her limbs are too long and her hands a little too big, but you know, that comes with the territory. But as for design notes, I knew, because she was named after Sadie Kane from the Kane Chronicles, that she was gonna have streaks and colors in her hair of like the color palette of the Jelly Bean Puppy. I also thought it'd be really cool to give her vitiligo on the spots where the plush has patches on it, because the really cool thing about the Jelly Bean Pup is that it has like actual patches on the plush of different fabrics, and I know there are other Webkinz plushes that do that, but for whatever reason the Jelly Bean Pup stands out to me with that. I also gave her these big chunky purple pink headphones because the ears of the Jelly Bean Pup are also like a different fabric than the rest of the plush, which is really cool. It's like this really fuzzy, like fluffy fur. And the only clothing item in game I could find that kind of fit the vibe of Sadie was a Nefaria t-shirt, and she gives me major cool camp counselor vibes. So, and now you've guessed it, it's time for the detail shots. Thank you for watching. prints for all the characters we did today, as well as all previous Webkinz as Human drawings that I've done are available on my imprint, which will be linked in the description. So if you like me and you want to support my art, you can buy a print, or you can become a member on my Patreon. You can get your name at the end of videos and some exclusive behind the scene content, or not. I hope you have an awesome day, night, evening, morning, whatever time you are in, and peace out.